Saturday. I hope you're all doing well. Whew. I had a good night rest, so I'm thankful for that. Yep. So let me wait for you guys to come on in. I want to talk about Super Bowl a little bit, so we'll have. Okay, I have a few trivia questions and answers. Yeah. So I'll ask the question, and then if you know the answer, you can write it down in the comment section or in the chat. And yeah, let's see how well we do with these questions. Okay. So let me pull up the questions. Also, it snowed last night. I think we had like maybe an inch of snow. I don't know exactly how much because I haven't stepped outside yet. Okay, so let me pull up this one first. Let's wait for you guys. Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right, so I do have a few Super Bowl trivia questions. Let's go right ahead and start. What team, so this is question number 1. I hope you guys can hear me okay. What team has played in 4 Super Bowls but never held a lead? What team has played in 4 Super Bowls but never held a lead? First of all, I don't even know what that question, the second part of that question means. I don't know. So the answer is Minnesota Vikings. But I want to find out, what does it mean to hold a lead in football? What does it mean to hold a lead in football? Okay. In American football, holding a lead refers to a strategic approach where a team that is ahead in the score intentionally plays conservatively to manage the game clock. Okay. Minimize risks and maintain the advantage until the end of the game. Okay. I get it now. I get it now. Hi. We are answering some Super Bowl questions. So that is the first one. The second one is, where did all my questions go to? Questions, where are you? Oh my gosh, how did I lose that one? I like this one. Oh my gosh. And if you guys have any questions, you can also type them in the chat. Okay, how many Super Bowls have been played? How many Super Bowls have been played? First of all, this is in the Roman numericals. How will I'm gonna skip that question for now because then I have to figure out what number of Super Bowl that is. I know there is a 58, but I don't know what Super Bowl this is. Okay, so I'm not so sure of their answer. I'm gonna have to reframe that question. So what Super Bowl number is this year? 60. Yeah, so 60 is the answer. I think by the time these questions were being like asked, it was 58, but as of right now, in 2026. This is the 60th Super Bowl. Okay. Okay. Next question. Why is it called the Super Bowl? Oh, this is an interesting question. Why is it called the Super Bowl? Does anyone know the answer before I say it? Anybody? Hello? Okay, so the answer is okay. All right. So, okay, so here, during meetings about the AFL and NFL merger, Chiefs owner, I think this is the Kansas Chiefs, Lamar Hunt referred to the game as the Super Bowl, which he later suggested he likely thought of the name due to a toy. Well, I don't know how true this is, but seems to be his children were playing with at the time. Wow. Therefore, the name didn't come around until the merger, coinciding with the game now referred to as Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Okay. All right. So next question. Okay, next question. Sorry about that. Who won the first Super Bowl? I kind of missed the other trivia questions that I had. They looked more interesting. Not that these are not interesting, but let me see if I can pull them up again. I'm trying to read that comment, but I think I might have to pull it up. Okay. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Okay. I got it. I got it. Okay. So we are back. We never left. Okay. Let me read these comments first before I proceed. Okay. Arsenal. Oh, you love Arsenal. Okay. So I was wondering what that comment was because I can't really see it from here. Okay, trivia questions. Okay. Next question. What teams have won the most Super Bowls? What teams have won the most Super Bowls? Pittsburgh Steelers and New England Patriots. So I guess that means if and probably when the New England Patriots win tomorrow, then the answer will be New England Patriots. So this would lead me to believe that if someone is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, then they would be rooting for Seattle Seahawks instead of the New England Patriots, because they would not want the New England Patriots to like beat their team. Oh, this is interesting. Interesting stuff. Okay. I am sort of going with the New England Patriots. Initially, I was with the Seattle Seahawks, but I don't know. I don't know. Being that I'm also just new to the game, new to the sport, I'm really trying to understand it. Yeah, so as of right now, New England Patriots, it is. Okay. What teams haven't appeared in a single Super Bowl? Okay. Currently, it's the Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, and Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hopefully they will appear the next Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl is the finals of football. So, yeah. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. Which Super Bowl halftime show preceded our stadium blackout? Oh. Which Super Bowl halftime show preceded a stadium blackout? The answer is Beyonce in 2013. That is interesting. What happened then? Let me see. Super Bowl 2013, Beyonce halftime show. Let's see what happened. Halftime show. Okay. As I pull that up, let me do a mirror check. Yo, when I woke up today, I just found this on my face. So ever since I started, can I say drinking or eat? Yeah, drinking, very much. The ABC blend, my face has been itchy, super itchy. Like I would just feel like I want to like scratch it, and we know it's not like good to be that harsh on your face, like scratching and doing the most. But it was so itchy that I was like, oh my gosh, it was super itchy. And so I don't know if maybe in my sleep I sort of like scratched this itch to the point that now this is what I'm dealing with. I don't know if you guys can see it. Ooh. And so because of that, I am pressing pause on the ABC blend. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it means that my body is going through the detoxification process. But I'll just press pause for now because I don't want to have like a breakout. You know, my face is very sensitive, and so I don't want to like create problems in that way. 59. Hey babe. Yeah, you're right. It's 59 Super Bowls so far. So this is the 60th. Oh, look at you. Getting the answers right. Okay, so the next question is what team has participated in the most Super Bowl games? What team has participated in the most Super Bowl against the, what is the answer? The answer is, let me see if someone answered. No, not yet. The answer is New England Patriots. Yay! Okay. So, Jerry McBride, spelled Markbreit, is the head referee who has officiated the most Super Bowls. Okay, Jerry. How many did he do? So how many Super Bowls have been officiated by Jerry McBride as the head referee? Anybody know the answer? Okay, the answer is 4 Super Bowls. These are in Roman numerals. It's been a minute, so it's sort of throwing me off guard. Okay. All right. How much does the, first of all, before I ask this question, what is the name of the, hold on, let me see. What is the name of the Super Bowl trophy? What is it called? The Super Bowl trophy, anybody knows that? Anybody knows the name? Okay. So, it is called, waiting. It is called the Lombardi Trophy. So that's the name of the Super Bowl trophy. And how much does the Lombardi Trophy weigh? It weighs 7 pounds. 7 pounds. Okay. What famous jeweler makes the Lombardi Trophy? Ooh, Tiffany and Co. Yeah, they do have some really nice stuff. Let me see what the Lombardi Trophy looks like. Lombardi sounds like Italian. It is an Italian name. That is so interesting. Lombardi Trophy. So the Vince Lombardi Trophy is the annual championship prize of the NFL awarded to the Super Bowl winner. So it's crafted by Tiffany and Co. from sterling silver. Oh, it must be valuable. It stands 20.75 to 22 inches tall, weighs roughly 7 to 8.75 pounds, but most people would say 7 pounds. And it features a football in a kicking position. I want to see how it looks like. Let's see how this looks like. Let us see how this looks like. I saw a comment. Let me see what's looking good. Oh, thank you, Big Billy. Okay. So, okay, it looks really good. The trophy looks nice. Wow. It's a beautiful trophy. If you haven't seen it, you should probably Google it and see it. It's a nice one. I wonder if it's the same trophy that is given out every year, or like the team gets to keep the trophy. Also, a new one is made annually. That is so cool. Wow. Wow. Every year. Interesting. So the players receive smaller replica trophies and rings to commemorate the win, but every year at the Super Bowl, the team that wins gets the Lombardi trophy. Wow. What's the Stanley Cup? Because they say the Stanley Cup is passed on. A Stanley Cup. I want to know what that is for. If anybody knows, please let me know in the charts. Oh, Stanley Cup is for the National Hockey League. Okay. Originally a silver ball donated in 1892. Whoa. By Lord Stanley of Preston, it now stands nearly 3 feet tall. That is huge. Weighs 34.5 pounds and features engraved names of every winning team member. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Oh, wow. The Stanley Cup is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. A little bit of the trivia questions and then we'll see what else we can talk about today. So it's gonna be super chilly this weekend. I could already feel it last night in the evening. It was very, very chilly. Yeah. Also, we did go to this place for dinner last night. The food was so fresh. Like, it felt like you're eating at home. And I had a prime rib. Actually, both of us, my husband and I, had the prime rib. It was a big, big portion, and we had it like medium rare. So you could literally sort of still see the blood, I think. Yeah. I would eat so my meats, I would have them like medium well. Before medium well, I think I would just have them like super cooked. I don't know what that is called. Yeah. But then after meeting my husband, he sort of convinced me, I think maybe that's the word, to try medium rare. And yeah, it's been medium rare for me since then, and I really enjoy medium rare now. I can't imagine myself eating like medium well steak. Yeah, so but before I had the steak, we had, what did we have for appetizer? Like a spinach artichoke or something like that, which I did order an extra plate to bring home because it is so delicious, and I want to have it with ugali. So I can't wait. After this, I'm gonna cook myself. It will probably be too early to have ugali because it's just early morning. Yeah, but I think I can have ugali anytime. Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, but I can't wait to eat my ugali with the spinach artichoke and my prime rib. Can't wait. I've been thinking about that like ever since I woke up. I'm just like, I wanna eat some good food. Okay, so back to the questions. I love food. I love food. My love for food is just crazy. Okay. Name the only team to go to 4 straight Super Bowls. By straight, I think they mean like consecutive. Buffalo Bills. That is the answer. And if I get any of these answers wrong, please feel free to correct me in the chat. Okay, what was the lowest attended Super Bowl? LIV in 2021. What is LIV? Oh, not LIV. That is what I'm telling you guys. It's the Roman numerals. That's the 54th Super Bowl. It's the Roman numerals that have me reading it as LIV. No, L is for 50 and IV, that is 4. So I think 54th Super Bowl in 2021. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, only 25,000 fans were allowed to attend the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs in Tampa, Florida. Which player has the most Super Bowl rings in history? I think you guys know this. Which player has the most Super Bowl rings in history? The answer is Tom Brady, 7 rings. Name the 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks from the Super Bowl era that never won the championship. Name 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks from the Super Bowl era that never won the championship. So there's Dan Marino, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, Fran Tarkenton, Warren Moon, and Dan Fouts. Okay. Which announcer has called the most Super Bowls? Pat Summerall. I do not know these people. Maybe I will Google. I know of Tom Brady, yes. But Pat Summerall, no, I don't know. Him or her, I don't know, yeah. But Pat sounds like a lady's name. Pat, because it could be Patricia. It could also be, I don't think it would be like a short form for Patrick. You know what, let me just Google it so that we assure. Summerall. Oh, it's a gentleman. Okay. All right. Who was the first singer to perform at a Super Bowl halftime show? Carol Channing in 1970. So let me see what she looks like. Carol Channing, 1970. Ooh, okay. She is really channeling the 70s. All right, guys, I think those are the trivia questions that I have for the Super Bowl. Ooh, this is very interesting, hands down. How many chicken wings are consumed on Super Bowl Sunday? Wow. How many chicken wings are consumed on a Super Bowl Sunday? Let me see. How many chicken wings do you think are consumed? You are not ready for this. 1.45 billion chicken wings are consumed on one Super Bowl Sunday. Yo, maybe I should be in the chicken wings business. Every Super Bowl. That is insane. That is a lot of chicken wings. I guess because maybe people are like really ordering food at that time, or maybe just buying to eat because you need like something to snack on. especially if you're gonna watch the game from like 6:30 up until when it ends. Wow. How much did a ticket to the very first Super Bowl cost? This is gonna blow your mind. How much did a ticket to the very first Super Bowl cost? $12. And right now we are talking in terms of thousands of dollars. Wow, let me see. When was the first Super Bowl game? Insane. Can you imagine from $12 to now thousands of dollars? Oh, wow. Let me see. First Super Bowl game ever was in which year? In 1967. So it was played on January 15th, 1967 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in LA. All right, I think that's enough Super Bowl questions for now. Who was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Who was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl? And the answer is Doug Williams, first black quarterback. First, let me see what Doug Williams looks like. And rightly so, he's now a football coach. So he led the Washington Redskins to victory in Super Bowl. This is 10. I think the 22nd Super Bowl, if I'm not wrong, to becoming on January 31st, 1988, becoming the first black quarterback to start and win a Super Bowl, earning MVP honors for his record-setting performance against the Denver Broncos. So Doug Williams threw for 340 yards and 4 touchdowns with a historic dominance. So he threw 340 yards, 4 touchdowns with a historic dominant second quarter, where Washington scored 35 points, securing a 42-10 win and breaking multiple records. Okay, go Doug Williams. Okay guys, as you know, it is Black History Month in the United States of America, and this month we are also celebrating Valentine's Day, so it's a month of love through and through. So I'm gonna ask some Black History Month trivia questions, and feel free to answer. Let me see. So Black History Month is celebrated every February in the United States, Canada, and October in the UK. Oh, I didn't know that Canada celebrates the Black History Month. Okay. I thought it was only celebrated in the US. So celebrated in the United States, Canada, and excuse me. I could not suppress that yawn. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need a nap. Yes, so United States, Canada in February, in October, the Black History Month is celebrated in October. Okay, so you might be thinking, why Black History Month, you know? So the purpose of for having Black History Month is that the, the whole of February, so the whole of this month, the Black History Month highlights over 400 years, that's a lot of years, of Black history, heritage, and contributions, you know, encouraging reflection on the struggle for equality and impact of Black people on the nation. Okay. So let's see some questions for the Black History Month. Let me see, Black History Month trivia questions. See if we can get some answers right over here. Okay. Let me see which website would have like accurate questions and answers. Yeah. Let me see. I was Googling and then I came up across funny, funny and engaging Black trivia questions which cover iconic pop culture moments, cultural staples, and relatable humor. Okay. I don't know if we should try this one. Okay, let's try this one. It seems fun. And then we'll go to the more serious questions. Okay. Then again, I'm pulling these questions from the internet, so I don't know if the answers are accurate, but we'll go with what we have, okay? All right, so, okay, let's go. Let me just do one thing before I start asking these questions. Let's see. Let us see. I'm trying to do something here. I don't know if I can do it. Let me see. Oh yeah. I can. Okay, yeah. I got it. Seems like February is really packed with a lot of things to do. Okay. Perfect. I got it. I don't know if it saved. Let me see. Yeah. We good. We are good. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, so the Black History Month questions. How many features did J. Cole's album 2014 Forest Hills Drive have? J. Cole. Okay. First of all, who is J. Cole? J. Cole. J. Cole is American rapper and producer. Okay. So none. It went platinum with 0 features. Oh wow. So features, I think, like collaborating with other artists. That's interesting. Why am I yawning like I want to sleep? Let me see. I'm yawning like crazy over here. Not good. Not a good look. What is, let me see. Okay. Okay. What is the appropriate response if someone puts, oh, what is the appropriate response if someone puts their hand up on your hip? Wobble. What does wobble mean? Wobble. Let me say wobble in black slang. Wobble. Oh, it's a song. Ah, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Okay. In the movie Friday, what is the name of the girl that Smokey and Craig keep telling to leave? In the movie Friday, what is the name of the girl that Smokey and Craig keep telling to leave? Felicia. Oh, that's where the term "Bye Felicia" came from. Bye. Bye Felicia. Which artist is known for the song "Shea Butter Baby"? Okay. Which artist is known for the song "Shea Butter Baby"? Ari Lennox featuring J. Cole. I think I've heard of this name, Ari Lennox. Let me just see how I think it's she looks like. Yeah. So Ari Lennox is an American singer-songwriter. I don't know that I know any of her songs. Okay. According to TLC, what should you not go chasing? Waterfalls. Waterfalls. Okay. According to moms. Okay, this I will not read. Let me see. Who was the first black woman to travel in space in 1992? Who was the first black woman to travel in space in 1992? Dr. Mae Jemison. And okay, which legendary boxer was known as the greatest? The greatest. Muhammad Ali. Who is known as the godfather of soul? James Brown. I don't know if I know of James Brown. Oh, American singer, songwriter, and dancer. So the godfather of soul is James Brown. I might, listen to a few of his songs and just find out what he's about. Okay, what is the name of the African American holiday that celebrates family, community, and culture starting on December 26th? Kwanzaa. And it's interesting because Kwanzaa, so this is, it's Kwanzaa spelled with 2 A's at the end. In Swahili, Kwanzaa is a word, but only with 1 A. So it could have different meanings depending on how it's used. So Kwanzaa could be like the first, or the beginning. So it depends on the context. I'm curious to see what Google would describe this as Kwanzaa meaning in Swahili. Yeah, the first. Yeah, the first. The first. The beginning. Yeah. So interesting that the African American holiday that celebrates family, community, and culture is called Kwanzaa with double A. So I'm just curious to see if this word was derived from the Swahili word Kwanzaa. Let me see. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't say if this is the case. Yeah. Okay, so this is from Wikipedia. So according to Karenga, the name Kwanzaa derived from the Swahili phrase matunda ya kwanza, the first fruits. Interesting. Interesting. Who played Olivia Pope in the hit TV series Scandal? I think everybody knows this. Kerry Washington. Okay. I'm curious to know if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had another speech apart from I Have a Dream. Okay, so let me see if I can get another speech of his. King Jr. speech. Okay. So he had more speeches, of course, but I Have a Dream is the one that is, I think, well known worldwide and resonated with a lot of people. So the Reverend, he was also a Reverend. The Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech delivered on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963 is so famous that it often eclipses his other speeches. So this story is written by Scott Newman. I don't know why I have like migraines. Oof. What causes migraines? Let me see, what causes migraines? Well, I know what a migraine is because I have experienced migraines. I just want to know what causes migraines. Where's my mirror? Where is my mirror? Uh-oh. Okay. It's like, anyway. Where's my mirror? Okay. I've lost my mirror. I found it. Okay. Oh, that is not good. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh my God. Hold on, what am I doing? What a mess. What a mess of me. Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, so okay, so a migraine is a disabling neurological. See, that's how you know I'm really in pain. It's a disabling neurological. Oops, that's quite a time. Neurological condition causing moderate to severe throbbing head pain, often on one side. So right now I'm feeling it here. Right here, that's where I have my migraine, and it's accompanied by symptoms like nausea, vomiting, and extreme sensitivity to light. And I think that's why I'm like super sensitive to light. It's insane. I don't know where that came from. Some mood changes, food cravings, neck stiffness, increased yawning. So today I've been yawning. I've been all over the place, and it's because of this. Like, I feel it here. It's like pressing on something here. So crazy. Ooh. So what triggers migraines? Stress. I don't know that I'm stressed. So stress, anxiety, lack of or too much sleep. Wow, I didn't know that too much sleep causes migraines or triggers migraines. Let me see, how long did I sleep today? I slept for like, let me see, what time did I go to bed? That's not too much sleep. I had like 8 hours of sleep. I think 8 hours is the recommended time for, like, you know, for someone to like sleep or rest. 8 hours is good. Okay, skipped meals. Oh wow, I do skip meals. Overexertion and caffeine withdrawal. Huh? Could it be that because I've not had my, I think that is what it, oh my gosh, that could be it. Even though I've had migraines before, but I just started taking decaf coffee, and with the decaf coffee today I haven't taken it. Could that be the cause of my migraines? I don't know. For women it would be hormonal. Oh wow, I had no idea the menstrual cycle changes could cause migraines. Bright lights, that I do know. Bright lights, 100%. Loud noises, well, I didn't know that. Strong smells. Okay. Weather changes. Atmospheric pressure shifts. Well, for all I know, it could be the weather changes. Oh, oh, because just last night we had snow, but thankfully it's not a lot of snow. I think it snowed overnight. Yeah. So, yep. Basically, it's like Saturday morning. I am not exhausted, but I'm like a little bit tired. What was that? Yeah, today on this live, I'm just all over the place. All over the place. Okay, that happens. That's life. Nothing is perfect, no one is perfect. And I'm just learning to live and let live and to exhale. I have come to realize that sometimes I like perfection, I like things going in a certain way, and I'm just coming to the realization, maybe a little bit too late, that life is not about perfection, you know? It really is not. And we as humans, we cannot be perfect. So I'm trying to just exhale and breathe and live and let live. So we'll see how that goes. We shall see. Okay, back to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I think we all know his speech, I Have a Dream. But I'm just curious to know if he has other speeches other than I Have a Dream. I personally think that he did, you know, and yeah, rightly so. When I Googled, this article came up, and in the article it says that he has definitely more than one speech, and the author here, or the writer, mentions 5 speeches. So I'm trying to look for the 5 I Have a Dream speeches. Let's see. Okay, so Our God is Marching On. So this speech was delivered on March 25th, 1965. Well, I wasn't here yet. In Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, so Alabama has some history there. So let me see if I can find. So this was delivered to call for marching rights. Let me see if I can pull up that speech. Our God is Marching On. Oh, so this is a book. Oh my God. That is so gross. Why is my body doing this to me? I don't know. Okay, was this a speech or a letter? Wow, if this is a speech, it is such a long speech. Okay. So I will read. It's more of like a letter to me, I think. So I'm gonna read it. It is long, super long, so I don't know if I'll read the whole of it. But yeah, let's go. Okay. 20. Our God is marching on. Okay, let me do my mirror check before I start reading. Mirror check, all good, apart from this over here, which I don't know what that is. I think I scratched my face while I was sleeping. So. Okay. We're good. Okay. Our God is marching on. 25th March 1965, Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, let me just make sure that that is Alabama because it is LA. So LAA. So I don't know if that is short form for Alabama. Let me see where Montgomery is. Montgomery. Yeah. So I think it's in Alabama. Okay. Even though we have Montgomerys in other areas as well. All right. So our God is marching on. My dear and abiding friends, Ralph Abernathy, and to all of the distinguished Americans seated here on the rostrum, my friends and co-workers of the state of Alabama, and to all of the freedom-loving people who have assembled here this afternoon from all over our nation and from all over the world. Last Sunday, more than 8,000 of us started on a mighty walk from Selma, Alabama. We have walked through desolate valleys and across the trying hills. We have walked on meandering highways and rested our bodies on rocky byways. Some of our faces are burned from the outpourings of the sweltering sun. Some have literally slept in the mud. We have been drenched by the rains. But today, as I stand before you and think back over that great march, I can say, as Sister Paulette said, a 70-year-old Black woman who lived in this community during the bus boycott, and one day she was asked while walking if she didn't want to ride. And when she answered, no, the person said, well, aren't you tired? And with her ungrammatical profundity, she said, my feet is tired, but my soul is rested. Yes, sir, all right. And in a real sense this afternoon, we can say that our feet are tired, but our souls are rested. They told us we wouldn't get here, and there were those who said that we would get here only over their dead bodies. But all the world today knows that we are here and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama saying, we ain't going let nobody turn us around. Now, it is not an accident that one of the great marches of American history should terminate in Montgomery, Alabama. Just 10 years ago in this very city, a new philosophy was born of the Black struggle. Montgomery was the first city in the South in which the entire Black community united and squarely faced its age-old oppressors. Out of this struggle, more than desegregation was won. A new idea more powerful than guns or clubs was born. The Blacks took it and carried it across the South in epic battles that electrified the nation and the world. Yet strangely, the climatic conflicts always were fought and won on Alabama soil. After Montgomery's heroic confrontations loomed up in Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia, is it Arkansas, Georgia? I hope I said it right. It's not Arkansas. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. Georgia and elsewhere. But not until the colossus of segregation was challenged in Birmingham did the conscience of America begin to bleed. White America was profoundly aroused by Birmingham because it witnessed the whole community of blacks facing terror and brutality with majestic scorn and heroic courage. And from the wells of this democratic spirit, the nation finally forced Congress to write legislation in the hope that it would eradicate the stain of Birmingham. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 gave blacks some part of their rightful dignity, but without the vote, it was dignity without strength. Once more, the method of non-violent resistance was unsheathed from its scabbard, and once again, an entire community was mobilized to confront the adversary. And again, the brutality of a dying order shrieks across the land. Yet Selma, Alabama became a shining moment in the conscience of man. If the worst in American life lurked in its dark streets, the best of American instincts arose passionately from across the nation to overcome it. There never was a moment in American history more honorable and more inspiring than the pilgrimage of clergymen and laymen of every race and faith pouring into Selma to face danger at the side of its embattled blacks. The confrontation of good and evil compressed in the tiny community of Selma generated the massive power to turn the whole nation to a new cause. A president born in the South had the sensitivity to feel for the will of the country, and in an address that will live in history as one of the most passionate pleas for human rights ever made by a president of our nation, he pledged the might of the federal government to cast off the centuries-old blight. President Johnson rightly praised the courage of the blacks for awakening the conscience of the nation. On our part, we must pay our profound respects to the white Americans who cherish their democratic traditions over the ugly customs and privileges of generations and come forth boldly to join hands with us. From Montgomery to Birmingham, from Birmingham to Selma, from Selma back to Montgomery, a trail wound in a circle long and often bloody, yet it has become a highway up from darkness. Alabama has tried to nurture and defend evil, but evil is choking to death in the dusty roads and streets of this state. So I stand before you this afternoon with conviction that segregation is on its deathbed in Alabama, and the only thing uncertain about it is how costly the segregationists and Wallace will make the funeral. So basically, I think if you read Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speeches, all I can take from that is like he really was advocating for one nation, one spirit, togetherness, and that is a beautiful thing to read and to see, you know, because together we stand, divided we fall. So I was just reading part of this speech, Our God is Marching On, by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in honor of Black History Month that is celebrated in February in the United States of America, in Canada, and it's celebrated in October in the UK. Okay, what else do we want to talk about today? What else is going on? This was in 1965, so I must say, you know, a lot has changed since then. So yeah, let's see what else can I talk about today. Okay, what else is going on? Let me see. Here I am to worship. 7 days of the week. Oh, this is actually a song. There's a song called 7 Days of the Week. Oh, it's a kid's song. That is it. 7 days of the week. Never heard of this song. I'll read the lyrics out. Let me see for the first stanza. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them loud. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like this sounds so silly. But it's interesting as well. It's a kid's song. Okay. I think that's all I have for today. For now. What is that song? Whoa. That's the wind. I've been curious about what karma is, you know, because we keep on saying karma, karma, karma. So let's see. Let's see if we can learn a little bit about karma today. But before that, let me see. What is karma? What is karma? Let me see. What is karma? What is what is karma? That's just a random thought that came to me. Sometimes my brain works that way. Like I could be talking about one thing and then I just think of something like totally unrelated to what I was talking about. Guess that's just me. Okay. Yeah, before we start talking about karma, so just to let you know, Martin Luther King had Dr. Martin Luther King had other speeches as well, so yeah. Why is this on here? Okay. All right. So what is karma? Wait, did I leave the tab open? 1 second. I'll be right back. Looks like I left the tab open because I can hear something. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Okay. So we're gonna talk about karma. Let me see. Okay. So karma is rooted in Hinduism and Buddhism. That's why I'm thinking, like, as a Christian, can you say that you believe in karma? Would that mean that you believe in some aspects of Hinduism and Buddhism? Like, that's just a thought. Anyway, so according to Dr. Google, karma is the universal law of cause and effect, where every intentional action, physical, verbal, or mental, creates a corresponding energy that shapes one's present life and future existence. Okay. So it implies that what goes around comes around. What goes I don't know if you guys have that song. What goes around comes around, goes around comes around. Yeah. So it implies that what goes around comes around, with good actions producing positive results and bad actions producing negative consequences, often associated with reincarnation. So do you guys believe in reincarnation? I don't know. I go back and forth on that one, like with that reincarnation stuff, you know? So I don't know. Do you guys believe in reincarnation? Let me see. Do you believe? Okay, and reincarnation. Got it. I got it. Incarnation. Okay, anyway. Action and intents. Okay, so karma translates to action, but it is deeply tied to intention. So it's not about what you do, but why you do it. um I think I heard of karma like many moons ago. Karma is it's a word that comes up in conversation a lot, and I do remember like initially when I would use the karma, the word karma, it would be when like someone really helped me, and then I'm thinking, okay, good, karma will get you, yeah. So that for me is when I like was really, I don't know, thinking of like karma. But it's not, I think we should not only think of it like when we are like wronged by someone, but also we also have to think about ourselves, like the things we do. Will the same bad karma apply to us, or does it only apply to those people who wrong us? I don't know if that makes sense the way I've said it. But what is this mirror playing hide and seek with me today? Yeah. But karma, I hear of the word, I hear it a lot. I hear people use it. I have certainly used it before in my conversations. But have I really taken time to like think about what karma really is? No, not really. Okay. So we are gonna make that attempt today and see if we'll come up with something. Okay. So karma translates to action, but it's deeply tied to intention. Yeah. So like I said earlier, it's not about what you do, but why you do it, right? Because you could do something, it could be like a mistake or something. So if you don't have ill intentions, then probably karma won't get you in that way. I don't know. I'm just thinking, yeah. But uh, karma, sometimes I do think karma is real. I know, like, call me naive, call me whatever, but sometimes I do think that karma really is real. Yeah, but sometimes something happens, things happen, and you're like, oh, okay, the universe acted quick on that one. Or maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe that is just what was meant to happen. I do not know. Okay, so it is a sort of likened to like gravity, like considered like a natural law of some sorts, where there's a cause and there's an effect. You do something, something happens. Yeah. So there is that. Others would liken it to like the law of gravity. Yeah. You cannot go against the law of gravity. Even though, I don't know. Yeah. I was gonna use a certain example, but then maybe not, because he was a climber, the one who climbed up this tall building in Taiwan. I can't remember his name, but he did it, I think, with Netflix just the other day. Let me see. The American who climbed. Let's see. Alex Honnold, yeah. Made history. Yeah, I was gonna make a comparison, but I think it doesn't compare because he had something to hold on to. But that was quite the feat. Okay, so reincarnation in Eastern tradition. So I'm thinking maybe we are talking of Asia or Middle East. Accumulated karma determines the nature of a person's future lives. So if you believe in reincarnation, in layman terms, reincarnation means that you will come back to earth in a different form. It could be still as a human, but in a different, like you could be a different person. I don't know, different sex, I think. Yeah. Or you could come back as an animal, a bird. It scares me to think that reincarnation could actually be true. Because who wants to come back to the earth as an animal? And you get to choose what kind of body. Just the thought of it scares me. Okay. Do you guys believe in reincarnation? So, reincarnation is the belief that the soul or non-physical essence of a living being is reborn into a new physical body or form after death. So the soul remains intact, but then it is manifested in a different kind of body or a different kind of person. I just don't know that as a Christian how someone would believe in reincarnation. I don't know. What do you guys think? And so this cycle of existence continues until the spirit is liberated, and this is according to the core tenets found in Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. Granted that I don't know anything about these religions apart from the name, and probably just seeing like a temple and interacting. I think I've interacted with a Buddhist, a Hindu, yeah, but not to the point where I was able to understand the essence of their religion, if that makes sense. Yeah, so this reincarnation belief contrasts with the linear time concepts in the Abrahamic faiths. Okay, so I don't know, it's something that maybe I need to like read more about, or just be curious enough to find out more about these religions. But what I do know, that the word karma has been used and is being used by people of all faiths. Not all people of all faiths, but people from all faiths. Yes. So the soul's journey. So this is how reincarnation works, for those of us who are interested to know that. So an immortal soul. So there is someone who's immortal. Okay. Atman Jiva. Then again, I'm just reading these things off of Google. And if I've gotten anything wrong, please let me know in the chat section below. So Atman Jiva, the immortal soul, leaves the physical body at death and enters a new one. So like a chapter in a book, like how you flip the chapter, yeah. So karma from one life, so the actions from one life dictate dictate the conditions of the next life. And this is what drives the cycle of rebirth. So that would make you question, or make me question, have I been here before? If the reincarnation thing is true, if the reincarnation belief is true, have I been here before? And is that where you get the deja vu moments from? I don't know. Something to think about, don't you think? And am I even aware? Maybe subconsciously, but consciously now as I speak to you, I'm not really even aware that I have been here before. You know? I don't know. Okay, so daily life, so karma affects, reincarnation. No, karma. We're back to karma. Karma affects current life experiences, shaping circumstances based on your past actions and present actions. And you know, the way life be lifing, I don't know why I use that phrase, but life happens. But sometimes things might happen, and if you didn't do something intentionally, you know, I think that's why karma addresses the why part of it. Sometimes you could just be going about life and you're talking and just doing you, and someone else gets offended, but then you don't know that the other person is offended because your intention is not to like purposely go out there and offend that person. But if that person doesn't like voice it out or let you know that they are offended by your actions or by your words, so how do you know? And is it fair for like karma to come back around to you when you did not know? I don't know. It's a lot of things. But then, because karma also addresses the why behind the things that you do, so I think that sort of is like fair game, you know, because if someone did not purposely go out of their way or intentionally to hurt you or to harm you, you know, so then we can say that that would not be bad karma. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Yeah, so types of karma. There are different types of karma. So in Hinduism, Sanchita karma, okay? This is the total sum of all the karma, all and the karma from unresolved past lives. Hey, I don't know. That is quite interesting. Wow. Sanchita karma. Okay. And then there is the prarabdha karma. So this is the portion of the Sanchita karma. So the Sanchita karma is the cumulative karma. So the portion of Sanchita karma that is currently ripening, getting ready, and must be experienced in the present life. Okay. Kriyamana karma. So this is karma created in the present, which can have immediate effects or contribute to future life experiences. So I think this Kriyamana karma is the karma that happens immediately and you're like, ooh, see, the karma got you. Karma got you. Okay, I see that someone has posted a comment. What are you reading? I'm reading about karma and reincarnation. Karma and reincarnation. Okay. So, where was I? Okay. So, views in different religions. The views of karma in different religions. Okay, let me straighten my leg. Ooh, okay. Hinduism focuses on actions and their ethical consequences, okay? So this one involves the reincarnation and the cycle of life, death, and birth. So if you believe in the Hinduism karma, so this focuses on actions and ethical consequences. Buddhism karma emphasizes intention. Wow. So karma could get you even if you didn't intend to do wrong, if you go the Hindu way. Interesting. So Buddhism emphasizes intention, and it focuses on the mental state that leads to the actions rather than just the physical deed. Okay. So if you believe in karma in the Buddhist way, that emphasizes intention. So the general perspective of karma, so it's often viewed as a moral, cosmic, or in like maybe modern and non-religious context, it's a psychological cause and effect process. Cause and effects. You do something, something happens. Okay. So the concept of karma originated in ancient Indian, and I think this we're referring to Indian, like in India, the country, philosophical and religious traditions, specifically within Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. I wonder what Jainism is. Let's see. What is Jainism? Jainism is an ancient Indian religion. Wow. So, so major practices in Jainism involve strict vegetarianism, extreme care to avoid harming life forms, and fasting. So Jainists don't eat any form of meat, animal. Oh my God. Imagine not eating meat or fish. I don't know. I can't imagine because I love my fish. I love my meat. But in this religion, it is strict vegetarianism. So they believe in ahimsa, that's non-violence. So the supreme principle is that it extends to all creatures, including insects and microbes. Oh. So what happens to pest control? Maybe there's a natural way of doing it. Karma, a soul, so jiva. So all living beings, including plants, have souls. This is according to Jainism. They believe in karma and reincarnation. So karma is viewed as physical particles that bind to the soul due to actions dictating cycles of life. No creator God, they believe in that. Wow. So Jainism is non-theistic, believing no supreme being created or manages the universe. Wow. So it could be like a form of atheism. This is interesting, guys. So major practices and lifestyle: vegetarianism, strictly avoiding meat, fish, eggs, and often root vegetables like onions and garlic to prevent harming microscopic life. So what do they eat? Only vegetables? Three jewels, Ratnatraya, right faith, right knowledge, and right conducts. Asceticism, monks and nuns live strictly, sometimes practicing fasting to death, Salekhana, to cleanse the soul. So rituals, worship involves rituals honoring Tirtharkanas, reciting prayers and meditating often in homes, at home or in temples. I'm just curious to know, because they don't believe in any God, in any supreme being. So how do the prayers go? Like, anyway, I was only like reading about that because of karma, and we see that these are the religions that believe in karma. Okay. Okay. Karma. Okay. So how is karma viewed in other religions? Okay. How is karma viewed in different religions? Karma, meaning action, is central to Eastern religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, and Sikhism, where action thoughts towards these determine future consequences, blah, blah, blah. I think we already talked about that earlier. And yeah. So this contrasts with Abrahamic faiths like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. So the core difference is that these faiths emphasize divine grace, forgiveness, and direct relationship with God, okay? Rather than a strict action cycle for salvation. So Christianity focuses on God's mercy and Jesus' sacrifice for forgiveness, contrasting with karma's inherent justice. Islam views suffering as tests from Allah, leading to repentance and spiritual growth with ultimate judgment in the afterlife. But karma, no. Karma is in the now. Your actions, your past. So let me read a little bit more about reincarnation. Okay, this is getting interesting. So reincarnation, how it works. We talked of the immortal soul called Atman Jiva that lives as in to leave, to depart, yeah, leaves the physical body at death and enters a new one, like a new chapter in a book. Karma, actions from one life dictate the actions of the next, driving the cycle of rebirth. So there are different types of rebirth. So just to break down how it works, there is the soul's journey, where there is the immortal soul, and then there is karma, which are the actions that dictate the conditions of the next life, okay? And then evolution, where each life offers a lesson for the soul's spiritual maturity, moving towards enlightenment, or oneness with God. Which makes me wonder, because Jainism, which also believes in karma, so that religion does not believe in having a supreme being, so how does that tie into everything? I don't know. Okay, so types of rebirth there is the human to human. So this is the most common, allowing for continued learning and fulfilling desires. Okay. Human to animal. Scary. This is scary. Can occur if a soul fails to learn lessons in human form. Imagine coming back as an animal. Do you get to choose which animal you come back as? This is scary. I don't want to think about it. That is why I will stick to my Christian beliefs. This is scary. Imagine coming back as an animal. Spiritual realms. Souls may reside in non-physical planes. Astral plane between births. What does that mean? I have to find out. Spiritual realms, planes. What does that mean? Anybody knows what that means? So the spiritual realm is an invisible, eternal, and often considered more substantial dimension that exists alongside the physical world. Populated by spiritual beings such as God, angels, and in some contexts, departed spirits. Okay. Okay. Astral plane. I wonder what that is. Astral plane. The astral plane is a non-physical intermediate realm of existence, often described as a bridge between the physical world and the afterlife. Physical world and the afterlife. So that would mean that you're stuck in between. Like when you die, if you believe like in reincarnation, when you die, you either come back as another human being, or you come back as an animal, which is scary because imagine that. And then, or you come back, you're like in the spiritual realm, in the astral plane, you know? So you're like the bridge between. Is this why people say that they can talk to spirits? Are these like the souls that are stuck in the astral plane? Who knew we could like think of all these things just from the word karma? Or like read up on all these things. Mirror check time. Oops. Where did that go? Yeah, so interesting. Alright guys, that's it for now. I think I need to take a nap or get busy doing something. I'll see you guys later on, and like I always say, please be a kind human. It does not cost a thing. And I'll see you guys next time for sure. Bye. Oh, what a morning. What a morning.